Hello everyone, welcome to Selena Ceramics. Okay, let's do it. All right, so this is the first post of many, I hope, of the expansion of my creative content online. I'm trying something new and I'm hoping you guys like it. Even if not, I like it, so that's more fun for me. I'm really excited about getting back to documenting my materials and my work a little bit more publicly, or clearly at least. A little bit about me. So my background is in architecture, which I do practice, but I also work heavily in graphic design, a little bit of motion design, any type of kind of design creative field that I sort of have a little bit of a touch in. Textiles as well, ceramics, obviously. A little bit about what I do as Selena Ceramics is obviously it's a ceramics practice. I operate out of a community studio that is porcelain only. So I make a range of things like tableware, dinnerware, homeware, plantware, anything that kind of floats my boat. Everything I make is handmade, so I throw on the wheel. Then I trim it, carve it, paint it, etc., and then it gets fired by the community studio. So Selena Ceramics is it's my personal side hobby, side hustle, side hobby. I own and operate it on my own. Anything that you see online or web stuff, that's all me. If you're my friend or you've been following me, I'm sure you've seen that I've posted on my personal Instagram a bit about this stuff. I have a written blog kind of about my work and what I do. But this is sort of an extension of that blog. I love writing, honestly, but I had a hard time kind of like committing to like progress posts rather than completion, like beginning to end completion posts. So I'm kind of shifting from a written post format to a video audio format. So this is what I'm calling like an audio blog or a video blog or a vlog. So my goal for this is I wanted this to be a practice that does challenge myself, but also feels very genuine to myself. And I don't necessarily feel that genuine making social media content, just kind of raw social media content. So here I'm trying a different path. I think that talking out loud actually helps me organize my thoughts a lot. And unfortunately, Instagram does reward artists and like makers for showing their face on camera. So here's my face on camera. You're gonna be seeing probably more of me unless you're just listening to the audio version of this. Here I am. Okay, so what to expect? I'm thinking, and this could change, but I'm thinking of splitting every post into 3 main segments. The first one being like a topic, like a conversation that's been front of mind or like an interesting thought that I had. The second being a works in progress update. So that's what I'm doing in the studio and that's what I'm working on currently or will be working on in the future. And then the third is a sort of reflection technique. I was inspired by Annie Minora's podcast. She at the end of every podcast, she does this reflection technique called High, Low, Buffalo. It's kind of similar to like Rosebud Thorn, where you like talk about a challenge or a good thing and then something that you're excited about, that kind of thing. So I'm doing high, low, what do you know? Slightly different. First is a high, so that would be like a good thing or something that happened or something I'm excited about. The second being a low, which is a challenge or difficulty. And the third is called What Do You Know? So that's kind of a flexible topic. It could be something new about me. It could be something that I've never experienced before or have experienced before. It could be a fun fact that I learned. So that's just kind of a fun way to end the segment. All right, on to works in progress. Let's talk about what I have. So like I said, I have these bowls. Really beautiful. There's going to be kind of a strawberry motif carved in this space here. Cereal bowls. I got 3 of those that I got to work on. 2 of those are for commission, and then one of them I always just make as extra in case the commission goes badly. And those are specifically for a holiday commission. Okay. And then another piece of show and tell is this. So I make a lot of like plant pots that look kind of like this, but this is a smaller version. It could be a propagation thing, or it could be like a very cute like pencil holder or something like that. Okay, and then lastly, I have these really cute butter bells that I've been working on for ages, since this summer actually, and they just they've just been going on for so long. They're like little cows on a little landscape, and it's a butter bell, and then the knob is actually a piece of butter. So these have been bisque fired, and my next goal is to glaze them sometime in the next week or so, probably. All right. It's time for high-low what do you know. A high that I had experienced this week. It's kind of so this exercise is very similar to like rosebud thorn. My high I'm gonna consider a high and like what would be like a bud. So like something I'm excited about is like I'm really looking forward to relearning this skill of like video editing and motion design, graphic editing and that kind of stuff, script writing. You know, I did a couple of podcasts like in school for other stuff, and I really enjoyed setting up like the branding and like sort of the social media aspect. Like it's a little bit more interesting when it's not like on my personal Instagram, so I think that's a high for me. And then low, I'm having some like really annoying neck pain. I did spend a lot of time in the studio recently, so like I think the way I trim certain pieces requires me to be like leaning over a lot and like neck head down, so I've just been having a tough time with that. And what do you know is like trying to like think of a fun fact is like actually hard. I used to play piano, if you didn't know. I think that's why I have pretty good like typing skills and like really good dexterity with my fingers. I played piano between like kindergarten to high school. So like 12 years basically. Lessons probably for like 10-11 years, and then the last year was just kind of me fucking around. I took like classical lessons and did like the whole, I don't know what you call it, but like when you like go to like perform a bunch of songs and you get like a rating or whatever, like the gold, silver, whatever rating. But that I did for like the first 8 or 9 years, and then I switched instructors to someone more contemporary, and I stopped doing the classical stuff. But yeah, I used to play piano. Okay, so thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you again in a couple days.